Welcome to the November edition of the Renewables Roundup, the monthly video that gives you a roundup of all the latest stories from across the US in the world of renewables. I'm your host Eddie Maunda, Principal Consultant at Coalesce Management Consulting, the renewable energy consultancy who provide engineering, construction and project management services on renewable energy projects globally. This monthly video provides you with information about targets, upcoming projects and news from across the US to make it easier for you to keep up with the latest updates. Our top story this month is in the offshore wind industry. Vineyard Wind announced that cable installation for the first commercial scale offshore wind farm has begun approximately 15 miles south of Martha's Vineyard. The company announced that it expects to begin nearshore cable work off the south coast of Cape Cod in the near future. The work is being conducted by Prysmian Group, the global leader in subsea cable manufacturing and installation. Prysmian recently announced plans to build the first US-based offshore wind subsea cable factory in Somerset, Massachusetts, adding to its strong North American footprint that already includes 28 manufacturing facilities. Vineyard Wind's CEO, Klaus Muller, said, "For a project that has achieved many firsts, the beginning of the offshore cable installation is perhaps the most significant we have achieved so far. To get to this point has required an amazing effort by the Vineyard Wind team, and we are proud to work with Prysmian, a company with world-class experience dedicated to creating jobs in Massachusetts." French energy giant TotalEnergies has pulled ahead of rivals Shell and BP in the race to build up a renewables business. But despite the growing focus on climate, investors remain cautious for now, with shares of the three European giants trailing their oil and gas-focused US rivals Exxon and Chevron this year. TotalEnergies had a portfolio of 7.4 gigawatts of net installed renewables capacity by the end of September, according to company data. Following investments such as a $2 billion partnership with India's Adani Group last year and the acquisition of a 50% stake in Clearway, one of the largest US renewable firms. BP, by comparison, has so far built up 2 gigawatts of operating renewables capacity, partly through its 50% stake in Lightsource BP, one of the world's largest top solar producers. And Shell's net capacity is slightly higher at 2.2 gigawatts, with acquisitions including US producer Savion and Indian renewables platform Spring Energy earlier this year. ENGIE North America has announced it has acquired a 6 gigawatt portfolio of solar paired with standalone battery storage development projects from Belltown Power US. The transaction includes 33 projects comprising of 2.7 gigawatts of solar with 0.7 gigawatts of paired storage and 2.6 gigawatts of standalone battery storage. ENGIE already has a strong position in North America with 3.9 gigawatts of installed renewable capacity at 100% operating capacity as of June 30th, 2022. The projects are a strong addition to ENGIE's existing renewables and storage pipelines in the US. Brookfield Renewable Partners, a Canadian-listed renewable energy developer, plans to commission more than 10 gigawatts of utility and distributed solar, storage and wind projects over the next 3 years. Building its portfolio from 3 newly acquired businesses, Scout Clean Energy, Standard Solar and Urban Grid. Fresh off a trio of mergers and acquisitions, deals including most recently Standard Solar for $540 million and Scout Clean Energy for $1 billion, the Canadian project development company aims to accelerate project development efforts later in the next decade. Enel has announced their intention to build their first solar PV panel manufacturing facility in the United States. The proposed facility is expected to accelerate the growth of US-generated energy by producing at least 3 gigawatts and potentially scaling up to 6 gigawatts of American-made solar panels annually, and it will also create up to 1,500 new local jobs. Longroad Energy has announced successful financing and commencement of construction of the Three Corners Solar Project in Kennebec County, Maine. The $200 million project has been in development for 5 years, and upon completion in late 2023 or early 2024 will be the largest solar project in Maine. Total output from the project will be purchased by EDF Energy Services via a long-term power purchase agreement. EDF Energy Services will use the renewable energy generated by this project to supply its corporate customer load in New England. The PPA sets the record as the largest corporate PPA in the New England power grid signed to date. The latest announcement in a rising wave of made in USA clean energy manufacturing comes from Mission Solar, which said it will add 1 gigawatt of solar panel manufacturing capacity by 2024. The first wave of the build-out will be to add 300 megawatts to the annual production line that begins its expansion in Q4 of 2022. Mission Solar has been providing US-made solar modules from its Texas facility for 10 years and now sets its sights on expansion as the energy transition ramps up in the US. The New York State Public Service Commission has approved a transmission line that will deliver electricity from Sunrise Wind Farm off the coast of Long Island to the existing electrical grid in New York State. The Sunrise Wind Farm is being developed in a joint venture by Ørsted and Eversource Energy. The 25-mile offshore and onshore transmission line will carry electricity from the wind farm to an existing substation in Brookhaven, Suffolk County, New York. They were the top stories from the US renewables market in November. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment, share, or even better, all three. If you have any renewable energy projects coming up, CMC provides engineering, construction, and project management services to help you deliver your project ahead of schedule and under budget. For more information, please visit our website or reach out to myself directly on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching. I'm Eddie Maunder, and this has been the Renewables Roundup. I hope to see you again next month.